Alright, testing 1, 2, 3. Stream is working. Alright, let's go put myself here. Discord chat's up. Sure. Alright guys, just started the stream just a little bit earlier. I do have to take care of some stuff in the house. Lots of news. Lots of exciting news actually. Let me just mute the I am going to take care of some stuff in the house, but I'll just go and let the VF Direct 2025 Spring that was posted earlier this morning to run here, and once it ends, I'll get back to getting the rooms made for the Sunday League session, which is again is for PlayStation North America region, and Europe it'll be the Steam platform. All right, I think everything else has been updated correctly. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's go here. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go Kung Fu. There we go. All right.
Hey, Akai.
Oh, hey, Sasuna. How are you?
How's it going?
Not bad. I was just putting the excuse me, the today's street direct stream up, and I'm gonna go AFK for a bit.
Okay, sounds good.
こんにちは。レガシーバーチャファイタープロジェクトプロデューサーの青木です。本日はバーチャファイターの最新情報を皆様にお届けいたします。よろしくお願いいたします。
早いもので前回の VF ダイレクト2024を放送してからおよそ5ヶ月が経ちました。放送終了後、世界中の多くのユーザーの皆様から大きな反響があり、チーム一同非常に嬉しく思っています。改めてセガを象徴する IP であり、常に時代のイノベーション、リアリティへの挑戦をし続けてきたバーチャファイターを盛り上げるべく、チームの総力を挙げて取り組んでまいります。今後もよろしくお願いします。まず私からニューバーチャファイタープロジェクトに関する最新情報からお届けします。こちらの映像をご覧ください。
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Returning to the ring, a legend in his own right, a man who once dominated wrestling, who redefined what it means to be a fighter, and what dark design of fate has led him to face tonight, the very team that spelled an end to his glory days, that led to his controversial retirement that shocked the world. Free from his pack tonight, he's hunting solo. The force of pain you can contain. Wolf Hockfield.
ウルフ・ホークフィールドの新しい姿を皆さんに見ていただきました。いかがだったでしょうか。ところで皆さんはウルフがなぜ戦っているのかについて覚えていらっしゃいますか。これについて正確に答えられる方はあまり多くないと思います。過去のバーチャファイターではそれぞれのキャラクターのバックボーンがゲーム中で語られることはほとんどありませんでした。ニューバーチャファイタープロジェクトではここが大きく異なるポイントの一つです。ゲームをプレイすることで登場するキャラクターたちのバックボーンや個性をより深く知ることができるでしょう。旧キャラクターたちも過去の設定を生かしつつ現代風にリファインされています。今回のウルフのテーマはプロレス愛です。前作のラストからウルフに何があったのか、どうして彼は戦っているのか、そうした細かいバックボーンをもとにアーティストたちと議論をしながら今回のウルフのデザインを制作しています。ニューバーチャファイタープロジェクトはまだまだ開発途中ですが、 そんなゲーム制作の一端を皆さんにご覧いただくべく、一つの映像をご紹介させていただこうと思います。それではどうぞ。
もともとバーチャファイターってすごく格闘技の流派をそのままビジュアル化したようなキャラクターデザインが多かったんですけど、今回はその龍が如くスタジオの強みでもあるそのナラティブの部分っていうところで、設定だったりキャラクター性、そのバックボーンにあるそのキャラクター自体のストーリーみたいなところをすごく重要視してまして、でそこを再構築しているという状況です。ウルフっていうのはもともとプロレスラーのキャラクターではあるんですが、今回も現役でエンターテインメントの最前線で活躍しているプロレスラーっていうのをイメージしてデザインされています。そんな中でやっぱり体もずっと鍛えているキャラクターですし、会場を沸かせたりプロレスラーとしてのかっこよさみたいなのを詰め込もうと思ってデザインした感じですね。特に今回今までと違って見た目としてはヒールレスラーのような雰囲気を出しているんですけど、もともとのウルフの持ってるデザインとウルフの新たにちょっと変わったポイントっていうのは楽しんでいただけたら嬉しいなと思ってます。
ニューバーチャファイタープロジェクトに関する最新情報はいかがだったでしょうか。1月28日に発売したバーチャファイター5レボは世界中の多くの皆様にプレイしていただいており、各地域でのコミュニティ大会やイベントも開催いただき、大変嬉しく思っております。さて、ここからはレガシーバーチャファイタープロジェクトに関する最新情報をお届けいたします。まずはこちらの映像をご覧ください。どうぞ。皆様大変お待たせいたしました。 Steam 版バーチャファイター5レボの PlayStation 5、 Xbox シリーズ XS、 Nintendo Switch 2での発売が決定いたしました。バーチャファイター5レボの発売以降、バーチャファイター公式ディスコードなどを通じて多くの皆様からマルチプラットフォーム対応の声をいただきました。開発チームとしてもバーチャファイター5レボをあらゆるプラットフォームで楽しんでいただきたいと考え、今回の発表に至りました。本作をマルチプラットフォームで発売するにあたり、プラットフォームを超えたクロスプレイにも対応予定です。そしてクロスプレイをよりスムーズに楽しんでいただけるよう、 Steam 版で実装していたロールバック機能を全てのプラットフォームで対応いたします。その他にもただの移植にとどまらないようなさまざまな追加コンテンツを予定していますので、今後の続報をお待ちください。全世界のユーザーとあらゆるプラットフォームで白熱のバトルをぜひお楽しみください。続いてバーチャファイターシリーズ初の公式グローバル大会、バーチャファイターオープンチャンピオンシップの続報です。こちらの映像をご覧ください。映像をご覧いただいた通り、バーチャファイターオープンチャンピオンシップは優勝賞金10万ドルをかけたバーチャファイターシリーズ初の公式グローバル大会です。
Alright, guys, I'm back. I'm going to get the rules made.
グローバルで盛り上がる大会
And
です。
guess we can see.
欧州、日本、アジアの4地域でオフライン、オン
Yeah,
ライン予選
I'll go
大会
get the
を
rules
開催い
made,
たします。
and Well,
対
this
象
is
となる
winning.
予選大会ルールにつきまして
Got
は
lots to
後に公
discuss.
開しておりますが、ここで改めて大会全体の
If the volume's too high, low, or just let me know.
オフライン予
Yes.
選大会に
Trying
関しま
different
しては
formats.
すでに発表している
And I don't have to screen stream 2 screens anymore.
東京開催
That is if I
アジア
don't
クオリフ
do
ァイジャパンラスベガス開催
yeah, we had the discussions on how what we the leagues will look like
バーミンガム開催
afterwards.
VS ファイティング
Yeah. That's definitely an interesting thought.
といったようにそれぞれの地域にて予選大会を開催いたします。ふるってご参加ください。
Alright, let's get the PSN
本
roommate
大会では
first.
オフラインだけでなくオンラインでの予選大会も開催いたします。オンライン予選大会に関しましては大会ルールに記載されている地域にお住まいの方のみが該当地域のオンライン予選大会に参加する資格を有しますので、大会ルールをご確認の上ご参加ください。大会ルールも含めた詳細情報につきましてはバーチャファイターオープンチャンピオンシップ特設サイトをご確認ください。皆様の参加を心待ちにしております。そして映像の最後にもありました通り、本大会のスポンサーとして NVIDIA 社にご協力いただけることになりました。今後さまざまな面でサポートいただくことになります。これから一緒にバーチャファイターオープンチャンピオンシップを盛り上げていきましょう。最後にグッズなどバーチャファイターの周辺展開に関するお知らせです。先日歴代キャラクター総選挙で1位に輝いた VF5 アキラの T シャツを発売したところご好評をいただきましたので、新たに3種類のデザインを追加で発売しました。 Amazon で発売を開始しておりますので、ぜひチェック
Alright,
してくださ
North
い。
America PSN room is made.
続いてゲーム楽曲
Passcode is
のストリーミング配信についてのお知らせ
0511.
です。
Let's see,
Apple
room number
Music や Spotify などの音楽ストリーミングサービスでバー
880
チャファイターの楽曲をお楽しみいただけます。
0511.
今回新たにバーチャファイター e スポーツプレミアムミュージックコレクションバーチャファイター 30th アニバーサリーサウンドトラック The Creators Picks の2つのアルバムを追加しましたので、お気に入りの楽曲をお楽しみください。
And Europe Steam,
VF
Passcode is 11th of
スプリ
May.
ングはいかがだったでしょうか。バーチャファイターシリーズをさらに盛り上げるべく
Wait, well,
今後もさまざまな取り組みを行ってまいりますので、引き続きよろしくお願いいたします。次回はコンボブレーカーでお会いしましょう。
ニューバーチャファイタープロジェクトはシリーズの DNA を踏襲しつつ新しいチャレンジを進めています。その道のりは困難ですが、ファンの皆様の期待に応えられるよう全力で取り組んでいます。これからも皆様を驚かせるような情報を発信していきますので、次回の VF ダイレクトでお会いしましょう。
code is 1105. And we got like several people saying different names of who that person would be. Let's go.
Yeah,
I think Brad seems to be the main one, but some people say it looks like Jakundo, so Jackie related maybe.
I mean,
And a few people say Jeffrey.
it's a regular side movement, just kind of shuffling with your feet. Muhammad Ali did it, it's a boxer stance that they're using. So I don't know. It could be anybody at this point.
Okay, let's see. They say that the replay should be very soon. That's from the producer letter. I was expecting that they would talk about the instant replay in this direct, but they
I
told
know.
us.
I
Yeah,
thought that as well, but
it was
it seems
a
like
red herring. A red herring
it
that
was. He was
Aoki
trying to
left us.
yank our chain.
All right, guys. We got both rooms made already. This is a North America PSN room. Excuse me. Passcode is 0511. Let me go get the sound back up. Okay, over here. And we made the Europe Steam League room also is made. Passcode is 1105. So it's always the day state. For Europe, it's DDMM format, and for North America, it's MMDD format. Just looking at the silhouette a little bit better. He was wearing like a tank top of some sort.
I think I saw kind of like a trouser, but like a trunk belt, like a big kind of like Muay Thai or boxing shorts. So yeah,
If we saw the silhouette of the new Wolf, I think there's gonna be a lot of confusion too, because he looks very different with his
he does.
hairstyle and everything. There's actually quite a few people wrote that he looks like that Zelda villain.
Ganondorf, yeah.
Hey, welcome,
I don't
Lamas.
know, maybe a little bit.
They're trying to collaborate with Nintendo.
Nintendo, that's why it's in the in the Switch
yeah.
too.
With Switch 2, it's coming out on Switch 2, yeah. So Excuse me. I'll try to mute myself when I'm coughing.
Oh, you're good, man.
All right, I'm going to start posting around. And once we get at least 4 people in each room, we will start to count down 5 matches before we start the first league of each place. Okay. Hey, Optimus. That's cool.
Excellent.
Zero.
Round 3. Ready, go.
One thing I am a little disappointed though is that because of when it was announced and everything, it did kind of lessen the Beat Tribe finale and stuff. Like,
That's true.
Round 4. Ready, go.
what am I looking for? Theme.
There's a shipbu to his back. Right to his back.
Round 5. Ready, go.
Where's that? Where are you up? Oh, no, we're down there.
Oh, I flubbed that combo. He was dead.
Alright, quick Discord PSN posted. Let's go to Discord.
Round 1. Ready, go.
Hey, welcome Chan Chai. Hey, welcome Shu. So Europe. Alright, go get those matches in. We're opening for first league. Good night. 32,500.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you, Chang Chai. Please speak again.
Yeah, me too, man.
Alright, is this still pretty quiet? Let me see here. Mic
and-
check.
Yep, the check and my stream could hear you guys too, so that's good.
Excellent.
First off, we actually haven't actually talked on actually in voice, so congratulations again on getting first place at your Fight Kingdom.
Oh, thank you very, very much. Thanks. That was it was a wonderful weekend for me.
And was that your first time meeting Koen Raku?
Yeah, I didn't know Koenraku was in my region until maybe like a month and a half before Fight Kingdom. And so I once I realized it, I'd been telling him about Fight Kingdom. I had to remind him like on the last day of registration, like 2 hours before the close, that the registration was closing, and I'd really like him to join the tournament. So he checked, and I told him which day the tournament was because he needs to know the schedule. And it turned out to work out for him when he found out that the tournament would be on Sunday. So yeah, but I think he's now excited to be doing more locals. I think he's going to try to fit that in his schedule. I know that the Seattle players, they normally meet up on Tuesdays. Now they're turning that into tournaments as well, like competitive. So I think they're very excited, and Koenraku seems very excited for that.
Yeah, Koen Raku used to be known as Elite on VFDC. I remember him participating when I did those the VF online circuit for the PS3 and 360 days.
Was he doing the EU one though, or? And then,
Oh, he was in he was already in North America back then.
Was he? Okay, he's just in my.
Let me double check with him, but I'm quite sure he participated.
Scotland. So he's originally from Scotland, and so that's why the Scottish players know him. And in fact, he knows Li Ming from China, because Li Ming was studying in Scotland back in the VF4 days.
Alright, thanks for that info combo. I'll fix the labels. North America is PSN, the green, and then the Steam is Europe today. Alright, let's go.
Round two. Ready, go!
Yeah, thanks so much. Fight Kingdom was a really wonderful time. We had a great time on the Friday with the team battle, and we had just playing lots and lots of VF and hanging out on the Saturday. And then, of course, the tournament on Sunday, which I ran the tournament. I usually don't enjoy running the tournament when I'm competing, but it felt like someone needed to step up to the role when they were finalizing Fight Kingdom, so I did. But the player Sorias really stepped up to help me out with running the tournament, especially during the top 8. They freed me of all the duties once the top 8 started. So,
that's awesome.
But I was hopped up on adrenaline, which helped me in my match though, because of trying to get all the setups ready for the top 8 broadcast. Because that's like a sudden, like, okay, we need to go get the setup ready. We're waiting on the Street Fighter 6 PC, and then we're moving it across the ballroom, and because their tournament, their grand final ran a bit not late, but just barely on time. So it finished right before our slotted time for Virtua Fighter. So, yeah, normally we would actually have more time. Sorry for the cough on the
Do you remember who put Koenraku in the losers bracket?
Yeah, it was LD Wells.
LD Wells, okay.
I uploaded that match. It was a really exciting match. I think LD Wells, LD Wells is a very underrated player. They're really, really strong. The things that make them strong, the reason that they get underrated is because they use the Lei Fei knowledge game like a lot. but the reason it works really well is because LB Wells is actually a pretty good Yomi player. Like if you push him enough, his reads are really good. It's just that it shows up more when he's relaxed, and if he's tense, actually he's still quite strong when he's playing very carefully, and I think that comes from his Tekken experience. But his Yomi is pretty scary, and so there are moments where he's a player that's fun to watch because he'll have clutch moments. And so against Koenraku, actually he was pretty strong against Koenraku. I think Koenraku was struggling with LD Wells' Leifei, like their approach, but also all the gambles that LD Wells forces you to play. He forces you to guess. And so I think that was actually tough for Koenraku, but it is beautiful to watch the matches combined because Koenraku is learning more and more how to fight this type of Leifei approach, and also the Yomi and decision making of LD Wells. So I thought that was fantastic. I might make a video where I show like their pools fight and combine it with their losers finals fight. But yeah, it was really good. Hey XTN, it's really good to see you. You were at Fight Kingdom. Go ahead.
Is XTN Taka XTN on Steam? Okay.
Yeah, it is XTN. I mean, I say XTN on Steam. They kind of outed it as it's his name Christian, but we actually have two players. But we have two players in our team that have the name Christian that use alternate spellings for Christian. So.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. I was like XTN, so I was like.
It's called XTN just for that reason.
I thought maybe it was an Asian name here, but now it makes sense what you're saying now too.
Yeah.
So, well, same person. Welcome to the PSN side.
Yeah, I don't know their actual the ethnicity. But I would say that but maybe in their heritage, it's probably, if they were Asian, it would be on like the western side of Asia. So,
I think he looks more Latino to me.
Yeah, it probably is exactly that.
We should just ask him directly instead of just guessing.
Oh, he's Lebanese.
Lebanon. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that.
But we're having fun with it because it's fun while it's a mystery, and it's fun to just let him choose what he wants to talk about. But we're pressuring him though. XTN's awesome. I had fun meeting XTN when he came down to Core Values 6
and
back in February, and just like he had to run. Well, he was busy with Tekken, then he had to run. But I'm really glad we had time to catch up and really get to know each other on the weekend last week.
And he's a Seattle group, right?
Seattle, yes. Yeah, he's from the Seattle area. Just to clarify, I'm from Portland, so funny thing about being from Portland is people from political extremes know where you're from, and people that are foodies know where you're from. Everybody else thinks you're from Seattle. So,
that was a nice move.
Very nice.
All right, we got.
Jim Ivy was asking if you watch. Oh, Beat Tribe. Yes, we did.
Yeah, we watched Beat. I think all three of us watched Beat Tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, I enjoyed it. I just have, I'm just sad that the production, there was a really good match in there, Chopper versus Jin Panjae, and at the climax they cut to the stage, but they never showed the replay either, so we have no idea how that final played out. We have no idea how that match played. It was really tight, it was intense, and then suddenly that happened. So I kind of joked about shooting the producer. But
he wasn't reading room.
Yeah.
I believe it was a 5-3, 5-3. So whoever. Yeah. I felt I didn't start the first part.
We just don't know what happened in the fight that was so cool because it was a really good battle. And so I'm not complaining about the result. I'm complaining about just not seeing a really good moment. But it was a lot. But the matches were excellent. Then of course, because you're running on Evo scheduling and event scheduling, they probably had to constrain some stuff. So it's really unfortunate that that the other semifinal, the one that everybody was wanting to watch, was the one that was not on stage. So US Hospital versus Villain Union. I won't say the result because you can say it later, but I'll just say that was the match to watch. That was the rematch of like the real ultimate match from 2 years ago.
Yeah,
And
it did show it though, so we just saw it.
yeah, well, they showed 2 games of it, but yes.
Yes,
So,
but it yeah,
yeah, on shoulder cam, but yes.
because
Um,
I believe it was Tong Chang who defeated Ching Pan 2 years ago, and then he had to play against 3 people, if I remember correctly. And then the
Yeah.
final match was again Tonkatsu against Homestay, so it was kind of deja vu moment.
Yeah, it was so epic too. And that's like that is definitely the fairy tale. You're a lot of people would have a cinematic or not sentimental favorite in Villain Union, despite the name, right? Because Homestay Kira is a hero to many, and Tonchan is more the villain, even though he's the hospital. So it's like Big Pharma versus the Union. But anyhow, no, but that was the story from 2 years ago, and of course they get to continue that story this year.
There's a lot of storylines too, like Tonchan playing against Shiva.
Yeah,
like, they've been matching up a lot because they're 2 like the strongest players right now.
Yes, the Shiwapon series was really awesome, and even in the qualifiers, right, or in the wild card, Yogo's run was amazing to watch too. So yeah,
I want to say something about Shiwa. The way that he handles his learning series, I don't know if you caught that. I thought that was very, very good, very thorough, and very easy. Like, I'm like my Japanese is beginner level, and I could follow along.
No, he's the greatest VF teacher in the world, by none, and I think
Absolutely.
he's the teacher of all time. I think he's the greatest VF teacher of all time. Even watching his Japanese content, and if you don't understand Japanese, it's fine. You'll learn watching Shiropan. But of course, we've put more translated stuff on virtuafighter.com and other resources. But yeah, Shiropan is definitely the greatest Virtua Fighter teacher of all time at this point, in my view, and also one of the greatest players of all time. Still,
Absolutely.
Just mention for the leagues going on right now, we already started the countdown for both leagues. Europe, we already have like 12 players. And the PSN side, we have 6 players. Plenty of time to still join both. About 4 more matches before we start both league sessions. Chariot the Gaul, it is a league, so we keep record and stuff, but it's meant just for people to come in and play. And if you join right now in the Europe, and this is Steam League, there's right now 13 players. You get to play all of everybody, and there's no line waiting once I started. So yeah, so you could use this to be very competitive, or you just use it to practice. The only thing we just say we want people to do is play on a wire connection, and stick to 1 character per league. So after you play in the first league, you can switch a character when you play second or third.
yeah.
And
So
go ahead.
well, just to clarify what you mean by league, though, is the league is the whole grouping of matches. So if you got 16 people, that's 15 games. You're gonna play 15 in a row with each person in the league. So yeah, so during the league battle, keep the same characters. Once you've seen the full scoreboard that tells you who got first, second, third, then you can switch characters after that. Just because they might misunderstand the difference between a game and a league. So if it's their first time.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this would be more understandable if Dave had just used the wording round robin.
Yeah. So league mode is round robin mode, basically. It's wonderful. So once the league battle starts, I think you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna really enjoy it. So welcome to the Akai Leagues.
Raybray asks, will Akai League be all at once when it's the Xbox, Switch, PS5, Steam? And that is something that we will be discussing and just determine what is best. For previous, go ahead.
I was just saying, feel free to let Akai know what you're thinking, because but at the same time, I think it's what Akai's saying is Akai's still considering the options and what the best route is going forward, but your feedback is valuable.
Mm-hmm. And I saw your feedback, Chancha, so thank you very much for that.
No problem.
So,
Beautiful.
The two opinions right now that I have is first whether I'll just keep it back to just one single day for Europe, like it was like before we had on before Wavo came out. So Saturday was for Europe and Sunday will be North America. So just one single league a week. Or I just do this closure meeting, which I learned how to do pretty well now. In which basically you could be playing on both Saturdays and Sundays if you're Europe or North America.
If I can interject, I think that it's too early to tell. We have to know how it really actually works.
Mm-hmm.
But if it works well, I think any kind of discussion, should be thought about. But if it doesn't work well, then the format that we have right now is pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I think is we're gonna have to see how it goes. Anytime something new, anytime something new launches, it's always good to test, verify, see how it's working, and then make the decision. But I'm pretty sure Kai's gonna be having a few plans lined up just in case for.
I expect the first couple of weeks is going to be a lot of troubleshooting and game freezing and what else. So
yeah, totally.
It was like that when the Webo came out too. So
yeah, and that said, these are going to be mini launches. Understand it's a game that's well known that it's been out, so it's not going to. I don't expect it to draw like insane numbers. If anything, some of the numbers that it draws are going to be people that already have the game. But it is going to draw some new people, and it's going to be exciting. But for example, some of us are going to probably, even if we got a Steam Deck, even if we have it on PS5, we'll still probably get it on Switch too. Because why not practice on Switch too? So
Well, it'll definitely give us two new audience groups, right? At least with Switch, the Nintendo side, and the Xbox. Which I really feel kind of bad because I don't actually know the latest Xbox system name. So
Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. S is the weaker one.
So there's two versions, okay?
Yeah, there's a cheaper model and a bigger model, and then there's a Pro coming out, which is still nuts. But
okay.
But the cheaper model, like every developer has to make it work on that, in addition to making it work on the bigger model.
Okay.
So that's usually a design constraint, but not really for me. But that's why you'll see X, S, bar, and then either X or S. Microsoft loves confusing names, right? You go from Xbox to Xbox 360, Xbox 360 to Xbox One, Xbox One to Xbox One Pro, and S, and then Xbox Series X and S, and then now Xbox Series Pro. So
we all know why they did 360 instead of Xbox 2.
Yeah.
Some people.
I gotta put a parenthesis on this. I don't know if you guys have been watching these matches, but they're pretty gnarly.
They are. These are great matches. General Ripper and XTN, always willing to fight, and I love the way they fight. Actually, watching these two fight is great. They both commit in different ways, and I like it. But when you fight XTN's Taka, you do have to be able to do this chop. This chop is one of his signatures, but not just that. You're gonna have to be able. Anytime you see like Taka like hit you with the knee and stomp, right? Like the 6KK, you have to tech that, and the teching that is hard. Teching it when you get hit down on the ground, you have to tech it. Well, not that you have to, but if you do.
Alright guys, just to let you guys know, the Europe Steam League should be starting after this match. So if you still want to join, you got a couple of minutes to do so. Passcode is 1105. Let me turn back to my host commentary.
It's really important when you're fighting modern Revo Taka to understand these guessing games, and XTN is here to really show you the way. So, also understand Taka has different stomps, right? He's got the 6KK. He's got down, is it down kicking guard, up kicking guard, right?
Back kicking guard?
And then he's got back kicking guard. Back kicking guard is the really huge one that is plus on block and is a mid. the ones that are lower, he can control whether they go up into the screen or down towards the player.
Oh yeah. Up
And the
down,
thing
yeah.
is those are really good at ringing people out. Because if you don't defend it or you don't abari it appropriately, if he hits you with it, he can ring you out. It's really good. Like, this is it. This is the
Yeah.
direct control. That's the down one. So he just did the down one and then smacked Ripper into the wall, right? That's to help you understand the role of, like, the ring out. So, for example, here, after this, he could opt to go to the down one. He can go to either one. He could even do the back one because you're in the corner. And so if this was a ring out stage, this is what makes Taka extra scary on their Okizeme. So yeah, we're gonna talk about all the tech so that people can give XTN a harder time, but so XTN can give everyone a harder time. We're all gonna get stronger together.
One more match for North America, and then we'll start. Actually, I should brand XTN attack and put on the PSN group chat too.
Round 5. Ready, go!
So yeah, and this is what I love about XTN. You know, is they're a person that just wants to get stronger, and making you stronger is part of that process too, because they want better opponents always too. So it's good stuff. They have a very good learning mindset, and they're a very strong competitive Tekken player. And they're a true new generation fighting game player. I believe they've only been playing fighting games since COVID.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is XTN is an example of this new generation that we've seen after, like, during COVID. Some people of different ages have just started playing fighting games during COVID, and kind of fell in love with the genre. You know, just like players that fall in love with speedrunning or people that fall in love with Tetris.
All right, good luck, Europe. We just started a league room there, 12 players, so that sure lasts about 30 to 40 minutes, and then everyone gets a 10 to 15 minute break, so you guys want to continue on. And now the North America League should be starting very soon too.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Yeah, and I don't know if we just call them COVID acolytes or what. No, I'm just joking. We're not gonna call them that. You know?
The 09ers, the pandemics.
Yeah, exactly. But I also do think that XTN's been, just like JThor and XTN and others have been kind of like at the heart now of the current Seattle scene, of just making it more active and more kind of driven, and they create that energy, very homegrown energy, so that more players can, like, have a consistent place to play and people to practice with. So I think Seattle scene getting a lot stronger too.
Alright, we're going to start the North America side now too now.
All right, good luck, have fun, everybody. And people on my stream, let me know if you can hear my stream okay, if there's any problem with the sound. All right, I'll see you guys soon.
Yep, good luck guys, have fun.
Good luck, bro.
Excellent!
Alright, 6 players.
Ready, go!
Should be about 15 to 20 minutes with that. I'll mute myself a bit so I'm about to cough.
Round 5. Ready,
Yeah, quite a few new players participating. Well, XD has participated in the Steam Leagues, but first time participate in the PSN. Wild Beast versus Himpixa on this Europe Steam. Both of them is even number, so we're going to see one person matches all of them. Just give you links to other people's stream channels. Alright. Sorry, no. Chan Chat is streaming You can watch it from his point of view. This is North America side. Who else do we have here? Just go put this on PSN now. We've got Cessna. So it's also he fluent in Spanish, Espanol. So watch it from his point of view also. Akira. Hopefully we won't have Cessna's matches all. And we'll have Gen Whipper so that there's more variety for people to watch if you're not participating in these league sessions. And yeah, so we'll be seeing all of Outlaw Beast matches for the Europe side. I don't think any of the Europe players are streaming their session. And if you are streaming your session and I don't have you listed, just feel free to post your link to your stream. Okay, let's put this back on the Steam. Going. Oh, did someone get disconnected from the room? Oh, that was 6 players. Oh, wow, it's just 5 players. So everyone will get by. K1 Blast is aka Be Nice to Me on Steam, and it's also goes by is it Real Noodles on stream chats? Twitch stream? Yeah, the Sega Direct, VF Direct news kind of overshadows a little bit the B-Tribe, which was a very wonderful event. There's some changes from the old style because it's now on using PC instead of the arcade cabinets. And also it's split into 2 days instead of a 1 long day marathon, which actually is beneficial to the players the teams that had to basically go through the entire B-Tribe stages. Like if some teams had to go, excuse me, start at the qualify round, the very first round, and had to go to the wild cards. That's a lot of matches they had to go to the Grisha final, and so there could be starting off at much disadvantage just being tired. But if they now do it now that the final 16 is done the next day, everyone gets like a little soft reset. Everyone can be fresh for their final tournament. And if you haven't it's a team Beijing Bioing. Literal translation is U.S. Hospital won it. It's actually a team from the Kyushu region, so southern Japan. And the team has been, majority of the team members is the U.S. Hospital team has been part of B-Tribe for many years, okay, over a decade. And this is the first time they won a B-Tribe for the southern Japanese players, so it was kind of nice. Let's see. All right. And we get to see Kaliras, return player. I think this is the first time Outlaw Beast is participating. Playing 2 leagues simultaneously, I haven't got to stay up to date with all the players. Hard to keep track. To see. Wins. Let's go straight back to PSN. And right now we have Fixa Optimus using Wolf, not to place Ally sometimes, and Llamas, and Raging Mars. Yeah. 3 or 4 players that's undefeated. And Pixa and Optimus is undefeated still. Llamas is still playing against Jack. Let's finish this match, and Raging Mars is playing against Shu. I like to think of these as but you could think of this as many different ways. But League is kind of a shared group kumite. Everyone's doing their own personal kumite, but within the group. Use this as to learn a new character or play it competitive to try to get the most first place finishes. Do keep track of it just to make it a little bit interesting. But ultimately, these league sessions kind of meant more like to be your local online venue. It's like you have a local store that you stop by to play when you have time. The idea of how one of these league sessions is kind of intended to be like that. If you have some free time available, come and play. And if you can commit yourself to participate every week, I think these are a wonderful way of doing that. Right, Outlaw Beast is going to play against Optimus UK. And he spoil his undefeated record right now. Let's go put this back on Steam side. 3 rounds completed. Only person that is not undefeated yet is K1 Blast here. And K1 Blast is playing against Chanchai. We're good to see that. Jan Weber gets a bye. And XTN plays against Sasuna. Who's gonna make right guess here? Outlaw Beast does. Yeah. So I think he tried, and we could talk this a little bit more too. Is Toon-chan is considered the strongest player and stuff, but these teams were pretty much made like way before he was considered the strongest player, and so it's really like what the name of the VFR and the event is. VFR's Virtual Fire Relationship, and B-Tribe, the tribe of players that you play with together. That was the intention that these I believe when they developed this team-based event that is you gain points, accrue points by participating in the events in between. You gain points by continuing participating in those events between the tribes. So these are the Tokyo, the Bay Area Cups, or the C ranking tournaments, and gain points puts you in a much more favorable position than the tribe does have. Alright, Optimus was given a loss by Outlaw Beast. So now we just have 3 players that remains undefeated. Luigi Masters win his 4th match. And Pix is playing against Shu. And Lamas is playing against Joy Killer. Well, Joy Killer is from the Virtual Fire group that invited me in. It's a Virtual Fire Steam group. So hopefully he enjoys this. And looks like Lamas is the last match with Joy Killer, his last match. And he picks this guy a loss, courtesy of Shu. Yes, I like to see the results where everyone is very close to each other. And let's see, Lamas remains undefeated, and Raging Mars remains undefeated. Okay, and it looks like Chanta gave Will Noodle his first loss. I should have switched it on the stream. So this is the North America side. It looks very close. Everyone has a loss. It might be a top 3 or could all be decided by plus minus rounds. XTN still playing against Cessna here. And we got Outlaw Beast playing against Rusty Tachikoma. He plays on both PSN and Steam.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Yeah, hopefully Sega is able to work out majority of the kinks when the crossplay is available on all the different platforms. And hopefully, a lot of the community that is still playing on the PlayStation Network, they do have PlayStation 5, or that I did ask and try to seek confirmation to see. There's nothing that the PlayStation 4 group has for that will be released on the platforms. I thought originally that Rebel could just be like an update to Ultimate Showdown, like purchase it for a discounted price and to update your Ultimate Showdown version of the game into Rebel. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to be handled. All right. XTN here has one matchup for Chanchai, and looks like in a very comfortable position to get his second round here. I think it would be very confusing if it's just going to be upgradable only on PlayStation 5, and so if it is going to be just a PlayStation 5 version of the game, then they just call it a standalone. Yeah, I did see that. Someone mentioned that maybe they didn't want to put PlayStation 4 on the thing because it's not being supported no more, at least customer service wise. I do think that it's not going to be on PlayStation 4 based on how it's been shown on the VS Direct, but it's always good just to get a confirmation. Right. Alright, looks like Llama's still undefeated, Raging Mars is undefeated, and we got several people with just one loss.
Round 4. Ready, go! My time is here! Bring out! Knockout! I want a serious fight!
Chanchai wins there. Let's go back to Steam. Oh, let's go look at the results first. Alright, I think it should be kind of close. Yeah, so K1 Blast takes first place, and second goes to Chanchai, and Jeremy Burke gets third place. Congratulations. We'll post around the field, no one can join the room. And go put this back on the Steam side. Looks like maybe Llamas will be being Outlaw Beast. I mean, Outlaw Beast will give Llamas his first loss. It does. So I think right now the only person who's undefeated is Raging Mars on the Europe side. And again, the room is open again for North America PSN. Passcode is 0511, room number 32880, or you just go filter it to the league section. Make it easier.
Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout!
Let's see. Let me go update and post on Discord. Okay, thank you for the confirmation, XTM.
Round 2. Ready, go!
As I finish posting the other places, we'll do the countdown.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Very good battle, Ripper. Always really fun stuff. Oh, thank you, Noodle. Thanks for the compliments of my poke. Akai, are you there?
Yes, I am there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Okay.
guys. Noodle was kind enough to compliment me on my poking. So I do play Leon, who has a form of poking. But actually on the Discord, poking was a good topic because there's many ways to look. So everybody in this game is a poker. So, look at Duffy, right? The choke you could do was like the scariest poke.
Half-Life, right? Oh, it's close to Half-Life.
And Lao is like if you play Lao, you have to like hit confirm every poke. That's right. And then Pi is like really disruptive, so it's like another kind of poking. She's got like speed, but also like heavy characters. Because of the way evade works, their strings are really good at punishing evade. Like punishing people that not just evade that attacks. Like evade to attack. If you don't confirm your situation precisely against a heavy character, they can out hit you with their strings. You know, and so it's interesting how the dynamics of this game. Very good.
Alright, Europe still have 4 more matches before it's finished. And for usually Raging Mars is undefeated, and got quite a few people just with 1 loss.
I like this. Akai, so my hope is that with crossplay, if we get to a point where we're back to league battle, being like maybe region per day, I'm hoping that Akai will start being able to play again more. But I think right now they've got their hands full running the league like for both regions, and I think that's why we don't see Akai as much. Could be other reasons. It could be real life reasons too, but I think I would love to see Akai playing in the leagues again.
Yeah, the main reason is wanting two things simultaneously. It's very difficult to participate, and then sometimes I do have to step out to take care of stuff in the house. So it just seems better just to make sure things run smoothly. Just focus on winning the leagues. But again,
go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. But again, it depends on just we'll find out more. I guess as we get more information and stuff. The 2 main things is this: can I actually do it still? One thing is efficiently, and the other is there actually a need to do these leagues, right? So those are usually the 2 questions I will try to ask myself every time, every quarter, just to figure out what is best interest for myself and also for the community. But yeah, I actually enjoy playing League. That's why I started winning these. But being able to get more people participate and be part of the community, I think is very important too.
100%.
Is that an option select Franchise?
No, I just evaded and jabbed you into the wall.
No, the knee that you do after the jab.
No, it's just stagger. It's not an option select. I'm not. That's just more like I know I'm gonna jab you because it was guaranteed. Because I saw what I evaded, and so it's just like okay. But you can option select. I mean, this would be option select, right? But I actually don't option select by default because I really prefer watching. I prefer watching so much more than option selecting.
Right. But I crouch. I usually don't crouch, and you did the knee at my crouching, like.
Oh, it's because I just overcommitted to doing the knee anyways. So.
Yeah, but if you hit me, you do PKP. So.
I'll have to see the situation again. Well, yeah, but I didn't intend to option select, but it's cool if one is there. So yeah.
Round 2.
Hey, Foy,
I was like, bring out moment. Oh, what were you saying again?
No, let's go. That's fine. Go continue talking.
No. I was
I'm sorry. No problem. For we're just like 3 more rounds remaining in the first league for Europe, and so about like 6 minutes or 10 minutes, it should open up again for people to get 10 to 15 minute breaks before we start the second league.
Cut the backdash. That should ring out. Ring out. Yes. So, yeah, I was also clarifying to Real Noodle that Revo on console is a new game. It's not going to be Ultimate Showdown on PS4. This is specifically a PS5 release, not a PS4 release. So do understand that you would have to be buying a new game. And I don't know what they'll do about leaderboards. I assume that the leaderboards will be that there'll be a global leaderboard, but more. I don't think they'll reset it. I think there'll be a global leaderboard you're playing into, but like you'll have a different ID on your other systems. I don't think that they'll be linked. So I think like if you're playing on your Steam account, it's one ID. If you're playing on, so there'll be like inflation on number of accounts, but that's fine in a ranked environment. People like more numbers anyways.
Yeah, it hasn't been confirmed like if it's gonna be a completely standalone game for PS5, right? Or it could be an update from to Ultimate Showdown.
Yeah, they haven't said anything.
Yeah.
So
but we're assuming that it's a standalone game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not gonna be a PS4 available. Yeah. For that just seems to be a feature of Steam version of the game. You could join the room while the league is running. If you just want to just sit there and wait, yeah, you can spectate. That's one difference between the PSN Ultimate Showdown version of the game and the level version of the game.
Very good game, XDM. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, no, totally. So we'll see what happens when the game comes out, but I'm excited for it. I'm so happy with that news. I'm really happy with the news that Revo's coming to newer consoles, including Switch.
Were you expecting that?
I was hoping for it, but I wasn't expecting much. I was only expecting maybe getting like production images and like hoping that maybe we'll get a small clip or video. I just wasn't expecting much.
No. I was saying that
my hopium at this point was just like closed. I was expecting them to say something about the replay, and that was it.
That's my assumption too. Was replay would be shown, like, but Aoki was just giving us like a red herring to distract us that hey, we will have crossplay and Robot Neko for other systems.
But hey, you know how a week ago, Gentleman Thief brought up the idea of of having like a VFNet system, right? Which is similar to Street Fighter 6 doing the amiibo cards on Switch 2. So hey, maybe we'll get Switch 2 amiibo cards for Virtua Fighter. I would love it. I doubt it, but it would be cool. But the thing that would suck would be that feature would just be on Switch 2. I want something that's a feature on all systems, right? Like
Mhm.
GT's idea is that your phone app doesn't need to be online, but it would basically with Bluetooth connect to the console and just say, hey, here's my costumes, here's my win record, here's my settings, and that's what we like, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
Round 4. Ready, go!
All the hype for almost no VF6 showing feels like a missed opportunity. No, I think fans look at it as like an opportunity, but trust me, it's like this is still really early on. If they like show a huge hand right now and you still gotta wait like a year and a half for the game, you're not gonna be happy about that either. Right now, the drip feed is really good for them, and it's building up hype. Hype actually thrives on a little information, but not too much information, despite how fans feel. Because the more information you have, the more the fans are going to nitpick which things they like and don't like. So sadly, that's how us humans kind of work. But that said, they gave more information than I expected, so I'm happy about that. And I think they still talk about VF Legacy as a whole series of projects. Of course, that includes the merchandise and the soundtrack. And I thought that was great news because I'm really glad that they're on streaming platforms. Now, every Sega soundtrack is, but I'm glad that extra effort is to be put on streaming platforms.
I'm just going to interrupt you for a brief second.
Yep.
One more match before we start the second league for North America League Room. So you got a couple minutes if you want to join. And I just also want to mention that Outlaw Beast did give Waging Moss his first loss. So there's now everyone has one loss, and so it's everything's kind of up for grabs now in the Europe League. And and then it's going to be a 10 to 15 minutes break before we start the second league. Okay, continue, Chan-Chai.
Oh, we keep it up, Europe. So I do love the EU leagues, but I think it's an exciting time. But right now, Revo is part of this gradual campaign into astroturfing to keep Virtua Fighter relevant. It's actually helping content creators to have an opportunity to build themselves up to be a new Virtua Fighter content creator. But at the same time, of course, there's different types of content creators. So there are content creators that are more general fighting game. There's mainstream content creators that like for people that would like to be part of fighting games, but they're doing all kinds of other stuff. They have all kinds of other hobbies, right? And then of course there's us hardcore VF players. So I think all these things are lining up together for that. It is going to be more casual and humble for a bit, but we'll see what happens by the time of the World Championships, or the Open Championships as it's called. And we'll see what happens by the end of the year. But this campaign is going on more than a year.
And first Open Championship qualifier is in Combo Breaker at later this month, and we got 240 players sign up for that. Nope. Luigi Mars got his second loss just now against Himpixa. And so that puts actually Outlaw Beast. I wonder if Outlaw Beast goes by any other nickname. Takes first place.
And then Rayblade says their prediction is June 5th. That's pretty soon. We'll see. I have no idea what to expect for a time window for release.
Sega does have a tendency to Ace for Virtua Fighter, kind of gives you quite quick notice of when the game actually. I mean, not quick, but a short time before it releases.
Yeah, they do have a history of like going like, gotcha, it's coming out soon. It's like, what?
Alright, congratulations to Outlaw Beast for taking first place. Himpixa gets second, and Combo Llamas gets third place. Alright, thank you guys for playing. We'll do 2 more leagues after this, so if you want to continue playing, stick around. Take a snack, restroom break, stretch. And let me get the league room made for the North America.
North America. Good luck, have fun.
And we got a Jinx joint in the room, so awesome. go that. Just update it. Oh, he switched characters. Oh, he was using Roof 2 earlier, so we try to keep players to stick to one character. Mainly because I try to keep track of it. Yeah. But you're more than welcome to switch afterwards or anything. Alright, so let me put this switch to PSN. That's the thing, is they don't keep track of what characters you use per play against a single person. And so if you switch characters, they switch it all to be like Aoi, or switch it all to Pai. But the person could be playing like Wolfrek for 5 of the matches and then switch and the character but yeah, so that's why I asked people to stick to one character for League so that I could make a good account of what for record keeping. Let me what am I trying to do? I'll need to update some stuff here.
Time for you.
Alright, well, to get some updates here before I start out. Again, Europe room is open again for people to join. You got 10 to 15 minutes to do so. This intermission be. I had to take care of something at the house. Alright, let me go post around first, and then I'll go AFK.
Round one. Ready, go! Excellent! Round two. Ready, go! Round three. Knockout! Round three. Ready, go! Excellent!
Alright guys, I think I posted everywhere the information. Oh, it's alright, I was reading the stream chat here, so you get people prepared for it, stream with Mike. Damn, I realized that if you find there's points counted based on rounds been lost. Yeah, yeah, so every round counts, so every match counts. So it's kind of fun in that sense. But I do have to go AFK a bit. I posted everywhere, got 5 match before we start the next round. But I'll keep track on my phone. I have to do take care of something in the house. So AFK for a bit. Okay. Go. Alright, I'm back. I think let's start this match here, so this must be 2 more matches before we end it. I mean before we start the second league. I do have to go AFK after this, just making sure I'm here to get things up and running. But we got it looks like we got Kingheim joining Mammoth. You should play Vanessa, I believe. Should choose Sarah. I wonder if Outlaw Beast, if anyone knows, is Outlaw Beast by any chance Glow? A G-Blow? On the PSN? Someone also who plays a lot of different characters. I have to check and ask. King here also. Oh, so we're about to finish also this league here. So, alright, let's get the results. And 2 more matches before we start the Europe room. He's Dutch. I think that might be G-Blow then. So congratulations, Jan Ripper, for getting first place. Just based on +2 rounds. So whoever gave Chantai 2 rounds, made him lose 2 rounds. You guys spoiled him.
Ripper was
first.
to do it. So
Chantai
Ripper
second, Cessna third. Thank you guys for playing. And we'll do 1 more lead. Excuse me. And then go post round let people know. And we have 1 more match before we begin the Europe second league. Yeah, I believe G-Blow is from Netherlands, and I think that's. I apologize if I'm getting the names of the countries wrong, but yeah, and G-Blow plays on the PSN. I have to ask. Switch this to Steam. We're right now in the 3rd intermission. And again, if you're a Steam player, like interested in these league sessions, that's nice. Don't use Discord. I do use a Steam. I do have a Steam group to keep people updated. So I'll do that. Like after last week's session, Condor is leading the PSN side of North America.
Very nice.
I think the Jan Whipper winning here might have some close that point now too, but it's all very close.
Probably it's all really close. I would say, yeah, Ripper is either tied or second probably at this point. But of course, there's tiebreakers in there, so it depends on. But Ripper's got a lot of numbers as well, I think, so.
Okay, let's go for this. 11 players, so it'll take about it won't get one buy, about 30 to 40 minutes. And there'll be 1 more league for Europe too.
Round 1.
Yeah, Bigfoot Prof, I do think Wolf looks really good. I like the Wolf design. I think it looks really cool. It's not like my traditional style, but I think it serves really well. I think a lot of people are excited about this kind of Wolf. And did anybody notice the tattoos? In the tattoos, there's something special in Wolf's on Wolf's chest. Has anybody noticed it?
I think it's swirls. I don't think it's a 6.
It's not a 6.
Yeah,
It's not
because
a
his other side, his other chest was a block of it, but it also had like a similar symbol, in my opinion.
It's not a J6. It's just something that looks kind of like a J6.
By the way, I have to step out. I need to make a call. I forgot. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem. No problem.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Yeah, a lot of people have been commenting how he looks like Ganondorf, or I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing
Yeah,
his name.
he looks like Ganon from Zelda. Yeah,
I never
from
played
some.
Zelda with that.
Well,
Seen
Ganon
that
has
character
looked
before.
different
So.
in many different versions of the game, but he looks a lot like the Smash Brothers one, which I think is based on N64's Ocarina of Time. But yeah, he does look a lot like that. But look, he looks like Akuma in some versions of Akuma as well. Then.
Me and Sutton was joking how they were trying to get on the good side of Nintendo as they're now releasing the game on Switch.
I see. I don't know if Nintendo would like it if it was like that though. So I think they control their properties pretty good. But yeah, no, it is kind of funny because then I'm like, well, I guess he's kind of, to me, it's like the ethnicity looks a little different now, but then again, the ethnicity before looked kind of funny anyhow. So
You look Scottish, like
I was thinking something like that too. I was thinking along those lines.
Yeah, no, from that region. Again,
I feel like
apologies,
he's from,
apologies for the.
From some northern European country is what he looks like to me.
But one thing that specifically mentioned in BF Direct was that how they're going to put more time in the background within the game.
Yeah.
And it was mentioned origin story, so we're getting the origins of these characters. But it sounds like they're quite changing Wu's storyline because.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because.
I think they're putting a story focus, right? They're using RGG Studios now expertise in doing narratives, right? So it looks like they really want to push, and that story's going to be a big part of this game, is what they're suggesting.
They mentioned like how they're going to make him a heel.
Yeah, I don't know the original term, but I think that's like when somebody turns it, like it does a heel turn, they turn into a bad guy. They go from being the hero to being the villain. I think that's what it. But,
okay.
Chat, please explain to Kai and I, because we are very WWE ignorant. So we're very.
It's a term that's used in the
like John Cena is like, I think that's like his arc was that he became the bad guy, from being like.
Okay.
And I think like The Rock has had these moments too.
The storyline for Wolf was pretty much that he's like a rival against Akira, but he's generally considered like a good guy. That has some type of foretelling ability of bad things to happen, if I remember correctly.
So face equals good guy, heel equals villain. I'm not sure how that translates, but yeah. But I think that's the progression is what they meant. They use the equal sign.
And the way they were introduced him, he introduced him as that skate was the pack. So there's going like some other players that was part of his pack before he became this what they were referring to as a lone wolf. At least that's how they were introducing him in that trailer.
Oh, I see. So Firebird was saying face means a good guy, heel means a villain. Okay, so face equals the good guy, and then heel is the villain. So the face of the WWE, and then the heel of the WWE, for example. That's.
Alright, we're starting the countdown now for your care. 4 more matches before we end it. I mean, not end it, we start the third league. But again, yeah, B-Tribe completed this end of this earlier today. Or late on Sunday for those who live in Asia. Team win it was US Hospital. First time for the Kyushu region players from southern Japan. And I thought it was a pretty good story because I remember that interview they had 20 years ago, not 20 years ago, about 10 years ago for the 20th anniversary of Virtua Fighter, in which Mari Kome, Tony Chan was at that interview, and basically Malcolm, we translate it as Malcolm X, but I see it as Mari Kome. I'm not sure which one is true or not, but I'll call him Mari Kome now. Basically saying, Kyushu region has never won a Beat Tri Cup, and they got close, like always second place, and then Mari Kome was the one who basically won the last 4 matches of that final to get Kyushu their first Beat Tri Cup title, and so I thought that was a pretty nice storyline to tie it. Okay. Hey, Trador's here, awesome. Welcome, Trador.
We're gonna take a break so that others can fight and J-Thor can get some more practice time in. So, moving the line. Yeah, Firebird said, yeah, we got a WoW reference now, and I was too busy memeing about the Ganon thing that I missed the Wolfpack joke right there. VF6 New Wolf Order, NWO. Okay. NWO is another wrestling federation at one point. I think it was bought by... I don't know. There's too many organizations that I've seen over the history, so... Yeah. But WCW was, yeah. NWO is a team, right? New World Order is a team. Anyways. And then we got the pack on your chat. People are talking about the pack. Maybe the pack was Jeffrey and Taka and Wolf.
Oh, Blaze.
Yeah. But fun wrestling fact, right? The pro wrestler, what's her name again? What's the female wrestler's name? It's not Azusa, right? It's like, I forgot her name, but she did a lot of motion capture.
Oh, it's
the one who
in the Japanese.
Yeah, she did a lot of motion capture for her.
Asuka is what Wayblade and Marco says on my Twitch channel.
Yeah, so yeah, Asuka is it. Yeah, Asuka, she did a lot of motion capture for Virtua Fighter 5. Probably for Final Showdown, I'm pretty sure. So when we're watching this beautiful animation in Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, we have to give her a lot of credit. And I'm pretty sure she even did Outblaze, right? So, some of Outblaze.
Most of the wrestling moves, a lot of the wrestling moves.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely are using a newer team, I think, for the animation. If we remember, 2021 was when they did retire, or they did end the contract with the one doing Final Showdown. That said, when they do that, you never know. Maybe that was like, maybe they still contract with them, but they don't say that the renewal contract part, because it's a secret project at that point. But I know 2021, that was when it looked like they parted. They finished the contract.
You know what is funny? That character tease at the very end of that VF Direct
can be anyone.
Everyone is assuming that this is a character that is going to be part of the new VF project. What if it was just another red herring, which is actually a new character for Webful that they will later on add to the new VF project? Just kind of like how they did Street Fighter 5. They released is it Steve, his name?
It turns out it's the training dummy.
Luke. How they released Luke at the very end of Street Fighter 5, but then he became basically a character for Street Fighter 6.
Could be. I know, like a lot of people's first instinct is it's Brad because it's doing boxing, it's doing punching like a boxer, and then some people looking closely, I think it might be more like Jackie. Then there's the man bun part, and we're like, well, or not the man bun. It could be man bun, but it could just be that the hat that you wear in old Chinese films, certain regions. So who knows? It could be a guest appearance. It could be Doral. It could be the new Doral. But I do think it's a cool lead-in for the new direct. I agree with you. it's a lead-in for the next direct. I'm hoping the next direct is Combo Breaker. I'm sure everybody wishes that the next direct will be a Combo Breaker, but I don't know if that's really the case. I think they're just
They
saying
might
we'll see
release
a
some.
Combo Breaker.
They might release some new information, but I'm thinking it's mostly going to be like per season, is my guess. So
Yeah, I'm expecting directs to be seasonal, not to be like this frequent, but it would be cool.
but they'll
It'd be
release
awesome.
information, just like we got information about replay mode coming up, right?
Yeah.
That was not even mentioned in this VF Direct. But then again, I wonder which one actually was done first. Was the video done before the replay mode was even started working on? Or?
Probably. I mean, yeah.
Because
The
this is all pre-recorded stuff, so we don't know exactly when they had all this.
Yeah, we don't
information
know.
in it.
We don't know the flow of all this, but
And yes, it was highly produced because they did vote in many different languages. And so there has been quite a bit of proofreading, I'm sure. At least I hope they do a lot of proofreading.
I'm very sure they do. It looks it looked well translated.
But they did have to do a last minute fix of the Eastern Standard Time versus the Eastern Daylight Time. So who knows?
Yeah. That's more of the social media account, right? And sometimes you're doing like a mass bulk send out. So yeah, but that definitely caused funny speculation. Some players were just like, "What? Are they canceling the direct?" And I was like, "I don't think it's that." Once these
that was weird.
Yeah. It's weird when people speculate that, and you're like, "No."
Alright, this is the last match before we start the last league for North America. Any last minute people want to join? This is the time to do so. Marco does ask a question here. Are there characters who don't get minus frames after being blocked? All characters have certain frames in which they are an advantage. I think that's the type of question you're asking, right?
Yeah, I think most characters have. There's not many attacks that are plus on block and BF, and so usually you could memorize like the 1 or 2 or 3. One of them always being high jab. High jab is +2 on block, but most characters have only a little. However, if you're in side turn, some moves can become plus on block, and if your opponent is side turned and you strike them and they block, some of those moves that can happen. But also,
generally it's going to be the moves that are -1, -2 that are going to flip the script.
Yeah.
Yeah, some moves have fast recovery time too, so it could feel like you're just not reacting fast enough also. Low punch and standing jab. Standing jab is plus on block. Low jab on block, it's a very fast recovery compared to other stuff, and so you might assume that they might have advantage, but it could just be that we're not reacting in time.
Yeah, and a funny detail too is a lot of strings are minus on block, but the fact that they can be, that they have a string follow-up is what changes the property.
The string follow-up also is what,
And this is really important to understand because it means that, like, when you block a string, if you try to evade right away, it's probably bad. Like, you need to delay your evade if you're going to try to do that. If you try to evade right away, it's like automatic fail because you're plus. The opponent who is doing the string is minus. So until they hit the button.
Well, so about attack strings, so if you try to attack someone while doing it and someone's in their attack string, most of the time you get beaten out. There is a special property about attack strings and the stun property. I actually haven't posted this yet, but if your opponent does an attack string if the opponent does an attack string, it changes your stun property that you have, your block stun property. It's hard to explain it until you have a diagram and pitch animation to show it. But you might be like, you might be like 30 frames just of stun block animation. But if your opponent does an attack string, it changes the properties of that block string. So that's why I think you have issues with like evading or like doing certain things because it does mess up what our knowledge of is on when you to evade or not evade and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck. Have fun.
Yep, good luck, have fun, guys. Last league for because if you base it just on the frame properties that we know of, like certain things should not be possible because you should be in your frame animations. But I find out that if your opponent does something like continue the attack string, it does change the properties of your block animation. Okay, this is the last league for North America. Let me see. Lucky defense. So the example I learned of this change to your block frame properties is, for example, Akira. If he does the standard jab, you put he's at +2, but you're a certain block animation frame properties where you can't get your next move to come out after a certain amount of frames. But if Akira does PP, so basically the high jab into the mid strike, you can now input your reversal and reverse it in time. Because it's hard to explain without actually showing you the pitch, but yeah, attack strings causes changes to this block animation properties. Alright, we got 6 matches, 5 matches here, so we got 5 more rounds here. Him picks up versus Blood Octus, also Manji Mario on PFTC. Let me put this on full screen here, and we put the North America on full screen here too. And I'm gonna put this on the 4 panel. I need to take care of some stuff in the house. Let me remove it. Info sources is. We'll put this back to ladder for now. And, I'll be back in hopefully 10-15 minutes to see where things are going on. Alright? But if there's something that issues happen, that's why in stream chat, I'll go put it on my mobile app.
I assume you're ready.
Round 1. Ready, go!
And also you could watch just league battles here under Chanshai with Susnan on the Tio Setsu. Okay, let me put this over in chat here.
Round 2. Ready, go! Round 1. Ready, go! Round 3. Ready, go! Round 2. Ready, go! Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 5. Ready, go! Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 1. Ready, go! Ready, go! Excellent! Round 2. Knockout! Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout!
I assume you're ready.
Round 1. Ready, go! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout. Knockout. Round three. Ready, go! まだまだ練習のつもりなんだがな。Round four. Ready, go! Knockout! Round five. Ready, go! Ring out!
行きますえ
I'm no pushover.
Round one. Ready, go! Round one. Knockout. Ready, go! Round two. Ready, go! Excellent! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Ring out! Round three. Ready, go! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout! Knockout! Round four. Ready, go! Knockout! Round one. Round five. Ready, go! Ready, go! Knockout!
All right, sorry to cut back. Congratulations, Chan for getting first, XDN second, and Jan Whipper third. Thanks again, everyone, for playing.
Oh, go ahead, please.
Everyone just want to continue playing in the room, please do so. That concludes the weekly exams.
I think in the future for League, it's not a bad idea to have a minimum delay setting. But yeah. Let's see. Hey, good games, XTN. Thank you so much. I feel stability when I play on US. When I play on Steam, it can be different experiences, but generally, like, I like it. I like it a lot, but you know, depends on what you're dealing with. But Akai, what were you guys talking about in your discussion when talking about?
Oh, Max team was mentioning how PSN feels crazy different for him, and I was just sharing my opinion that how I feel even with good connections between Steam version of the game and the delay base of PSN. There's always seems to be like a balance between visual accuracy and control accuracy. And I think the benefit of Steam is that you have better control accuracy because you can change the settings and everything. And I actually prefer that more.
It's one way to look at it. I mean, for me, I've experienced very like I'm playing on.
All right, congratulations to King Han for getting first, for second, and Outlaw Beast third. We'll do one more league for you guys.
But I think it's up to the setup itself, And I've been playing at locals quite a bit, so I play on a few different things. But at locals we play on both PSN, on PlayStation 4 Pro, as well as on PC. So depends, yeah. Of course, if you're on a really strong machine, in theory it's really good as long as the USBs are not dealing with interference, But I've dealt with USB interference too, like more on PC than on console. So it's interesting. But definitely, I think overall the Revo is a really great experience and is generally the preferred, and I'd agree with that too. But I definitely feel stable when I'm playing on console too. So it's just a matter of just adjusting to the console environment for the moment, and then like, oh, okay, and then it's like, but I know exactly what to expect. So it's a trade-off for me.
Like, if you didn't know better, like some people even say they like PlayStation is so good because they don't see those choppiness of the animation, and when they're playing against people from different continents, but they're just not familiar enough with the game system that in which they didn't know that the delay of input is quite large, even though the game is very smooth.
Right. Because US is using a delay-based netcode. I mean, we're not sure what even to expect with Revo's console netcode, right? Because it's a rollback netcode on console, on Virtua Fighter, on this game, on Revo anyways. So we'll see how that turns out. But I'm optimistic, especially on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. But we'll see what happens on the Xbox Series S. Because I love how portable the Xbox Series S is as a console. But I don't
definitely.
But yeah.
Do you guys have the Xbox Series X or the?
No, I just have an Xbox One. So.
And the
I have
Xbox
a PS5 and a Pro.
Xbox would be the equivalent of PlayStation 4.
The Xbox Series S, Yeah, I mean, depends on the game. Street Fighter 6 ends up being kind of like the PS4 like version on the Xbox Series S, whereas the Xbox Series X is like playing on the PS4. But it really depends on the game, right? I like your use of delay, Setsuna. I like your improving use of delay. Nice conversion. I like it.
Alright, we still have could still do one more league for Europe if you guys want to play. So once we get at least 4 players, we'll win the league.
Round one. Ready, go! Round four. Ready, go!
I do know some people prefer the PlayStation delay-based netcode over the Revo. So still, it's a preference thing, I guess, like, in the end.
Yeah, I prefer. Well, it's like I prefer Revo, but I really like playing on the delay-based netcode because it's consistent. So it's trade-offs always for sure for me. And I like playing on both. Everyone knows that. And,
Yeah, I enjoy playing against everyone in the room. Because we have very good connection with each other. So the rollback netcode really doesn't improve it that significantly between our matches, at least for me, I feel.
What I do like, I do think what we are observing is that with the rollback, the good thing is that the confidence of developing players is higher on the speed, and so that's got, I think that has contributed to this Revo generation of players playing the game at like the fast VF speed, knowing like full confidence they can do that, right? Whereas I think players that are playing on delay-based netcode, if you already know that Virtua Fighter is supposed to be buffering like this, then you do it, right? But if you didn't know that, it might be harder to know. It might be harder to know that how fast you're really supposed to play this game, and I think we're kind of seeing that on Revo. But at the same time, the guessing component of Virtua Fighter has always been a strong component of this game. And I think like when you play on delay-based netcode, you learn how powerful forcing guesses is and how core it is. And ultimately, it is one of the biggest things in this game. I think if you get used to, if you don't realize the guessing and you try to play this game too much on reaction, you don't realize how much your opponent is forcing you into guesses. And so it's been interesting watching the different generations of player and what the teaching challenge has been for different players. But look at like Key Blast here, right? Noodle, and watch how like they mainly play on PlayStation. They also play on PC, but they play a high speed game. They play a very reactive game. So they contradict what I just said.
Yeah, at least with the rollback netcode, it is still listed as beta. So hopefully everyone provides feedback and Aoki and company can take those feedback to try and make it better. I do think that the reason why they're making everyone stick to the same delay settings is because when two players are using different delay settings, it does create a more sluggish play. At least that's based on some testing I did with other people, which we where both was on the same delay setting and both was on different delay settings. So for example, if I was on delay setting 3 and my opponent was on delay setting 3, it feels pretty good. But if I was on delay setting 3 and my opponent put on delay setting 5 or delay setting 1 on his end, it felt a little bit more sluggish on my side to play.
So Noodle, fun reminder, you remember that Leon's 2K, the first kick, ignores EX high? If you're wondering why that kick hit you. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Akai.
Oh no, I think I finished my thought. But we're still looking for at least one more player for the Europe Steam League to do one more league. I think someone has said they will be joined, so we will have 4. And once that, we'll just do a abbreviate countdown before we start their league.
Oh, you know what? Oh no, it's only 4-year anniversary. It's not 5-year anniversary. You know what? Revo on console is going to come out 2026 because of the 5-year anniversary of Ultimate Showdown. Just kidding. This nigga's like always like obsessed with these dates, so it's like.
You know, if they're releasing the game out for so many different systems, it's still. I expect that they'll be supporting. Well, we already know they're going to be supporting Revo to 2026 because that's when the grand finale happens. But it seems like it's going to be even more years than that. If they're already going to put in multiple platforms. We'll see. Hey, thanks for joining, Goofy. We got 4 players now, so let me go do a brief countdown of 3 matches before we start the last league of the day for Europe.
By the way, Noodle, you're in for a treat. Combo Expert has a very nice line. They're playing patient and studying right now, but I really like fighting their law.
He go pick that.
So ATF Revo is on new gen, so it is a new release. It is not an upgrade to Ultimate Showdown. It is its own release for PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and Switch. I'm gonna let Combo Expert have more fights in this.
Oh, Combo Expert join. Hey, welcome, Combo Expert.
Yeah, I'm really happy to have Combo Expert here. So I'm excited for them to get more matches in. So we're gonna fight here. Very nice. You got this. We're sharpening you back up, my friend. I love fighting you always.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Very nice. Position switch with neutral is always good. Lao's neutral throw is really good. Very nice. Yes, use the guard break. Someone's playing defensive, use that guard break. Ring him out.
Yeah, let's go running back, Lusty. I do want to highlight about the try again. The timing of the announcement about the DF Direct and everything, it did kind of overshadow the awesomeness of Feet Tribe. But we already highlighted the US Hospital team. And one thing about these teams, again, these are teams that formed for a very long time relationship between these players. Like this was before Toon-chan was considered the best or strongest player in the arcades. And I'm gonna say sticking to the same team. But the team was like Mari Kome would have been considered the famous player back then because he was a former star player during the Nine Showdown days. I do want to highlight, for example, Chandra was mentioning the rematch between Team Villain Union and US Hospital. There's also I want to highlight the Abar Uma ranch team. That's the team with Shiro, Jackie player. Back when Shiro won the first official tournament ran by Sega for Ultimate Showdown Esports. I think they call it the preseason. He mentioned how he got into VF or was invited to be part of the team of Byron Uma, and that's how he started his V Tribe experience. And he's been sticking to that same team since. And if you watch the match, he basically was the one who helped them get to basically second place finish. It's just there's a lot of nice storyline if you follow the scene. And it's not just basically who is the strongest players and everything. There's actually like what the name of the association that made the B Tribe, BFR, Virtual Fighter Relationship, B Tribe, the tribe of players that you know like play with. Not that when they do B Tribe, some players do form like star-studded team to make sure they win B Tribe, but a lot of the teams that do show up is teams that consistently, are the people that they play with and grew up with. And it's you see some of the players are much older, like they bought some of the younger players of them, and now the younger players are the one who's basically the star of the team. Yeah, so.
100%. And I'm really happy that that Evo honored the leader of BFR. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you pronounce his name again?
Yamagishi.
Yamagishi. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yamagishi, who is in charge of VFR, right? Virtual Fighter Relation, and basically has been running B Tribe Cup. Did they run it during Athena Cup?
Yeah, he is the one who did Athena Cups too. Yes.
Yeah.
So Athena Cup is basically the name of the events before it changed over to B Tribe. B Tribe name started up with I think with Virtua Fighter 4. Right, he's returned to Century. I don't think Virtua Fighter 3 was considered B Tribe events, right? I can go check that out. Hey, who could join the room? Hey, there's 6 people in the room. Do you guys just want me to just hit the league button so you guys can play? No, it doesn't count. But it's count for you guys.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I think Combo Expert would love it too. It's so good to have you back, Combo Expert. It's good to have you playing. It's always fun, and we're gonna sharpen you back up, my friend. We know how sharp you are, so it's great.
Yeah, you can play AFK. That's fine. We're fine. Because I just want to make sure that people don't have to wait long for the matches. So.
And thank you for the follow. Mighty Solrak, thank you for the follow. X-Guiden, thank you for the refollow. And again, Tricky, thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. And yeah, B Tribe has a lot of great stories. Not just the top players, but all of them. I love also. I'm glad that we got to watch Chopper and Chopper Kovajiro. It's a wonderful team. A lot of those guys are from Nagoya, and and really strong. I'm glad that they had a very strong presence in the tournament. And do you know the full story for Yogo and the Korean team? Can you explain that story for me?
Yogo was not planning to participate. This B Tribe.
Okay.
And I'm not entirely sure the story, but they divide up that usually it's the team that the Yogo is part of is Pinky Max. Pinky is the one who usually is part of the team, and usually Kumicho is part of it and everything. But it looks like they divided the two teams. The Tokai region, there's a team from the Tokai region. Let me just get the start for the Europe first.
Okay, yes.
5 players. Lastly, thanks for joining back M Saber and Wesley Tachikoma, and thanks for playing Goofy so we can get the third league going. But I guess they also know each other. I think one of the players is Korean who lives in Japan, and so there's a connection there to make basically a strong Korean Kage player with a strong Japanese Kage player to team up. And I think at least 2 of the players first from Korea, and so they actually again usually the team name is Pinky Max. I don't think Pinky has participate this time, and so they name it Korea Max. is the team that Yoko is part of. It's Riko-chan and Crazy Dong Pao. I think Crazy Dong Pao is the one who was using Kage.
Yeah, Crazy Dong Paws has always been a consistent, strong player in Tekken and Virtua Fighter. And they have a Tekken lever named after them. It's popular from
Oh, really?
Shima.
Okay.
But yeah, the Crown Dong Pao lever is it's like the price of a Sanwa. It's like less than $30, but it's like the most affordable lever that's really good if you like to play like the Mishima characters.
But I think one awesome thing about this speed trap is that there were so many more teams that were, I think had the most overseas team, so foreign players coming. I think because of Evo Japan also, the multi games. And because of the pandemic, they allowed, and because Ultimate Showdown became an esports title or whatever, they allowed a new category which you don't have to basically have 3 of the players associate with the region of Japan. And so they had that other category. There was not many people who was under other category in till 2023. But this year, I think there was like over 20 teams that was listed as other categories. So usually they always associate teams with a specific region of Japan.
Nice.
Just to reinforce the idea of people playing together from the regions. And also this year, the top 16 teams, we got like some of the really long-time veteran players getting back to the spotlight of the red carpet. The team that had Buren Maru and Goro, their team name was a 3-time champion, so they have won the Athena Cup stuff like 3 times already. And so I think Goro said it has been like 19 or 20 years since they were actually got back to the red carpet. So it was just nice to see that they were able to do that. And then there was the Shu and Kiasao and Chibita team, kind of representing the original group of players that started with the Athena Cups.
Did Chibita make it?
Huh?
Did Chibita make it? He wasn't there for the opening ceremony.
Oh, he was he even there?
Yeah, like he was on that team. He was on the 3 Legends team, but like only 4 of them were doing the catwalk. So it was like, I was like, dude, I thought
busy. Okay, we don't ask Chibita what he's doing.
Yeah.
Wait,
I thought Chibita was gonna make like a special entrance.
I thought Chibita was with part of the Athena, the game Athena group, right?
Okay.
The 3-star champion team. Let me get that.
Yeah.
Top 16 team.
Yeah, the 3 Legends are 3-star.
The 3-time champion of Legend team.
Yeah.
That is Game Center Arashi, Buren Maru, Goro, Yoro Kage, and Hanabi Lei. The Chibita is on the GameSpot Athena team. That has Sancha Akira, Hamalao, Shu, and Kiasao.
So, sad news, Akai. The North American League battle, of course it's unofficial, it's crashed. I think Noodle says that they have been stuck in the lobby menu this whole time.
Oh, I think I had to kick you out. We could just kick you out and then restart again. Yeah, since it's not in. Yeah, so start league match. Just join back in. We'll just do it again. Yeah. We'll just give people matches. Hey, does Real Noodle want to join back in? If so, then we wait for him and we'll hit the league button.
Yep, Noodle's gonna join back in.
Okay.
And King Death Cradle, welcome. Good to have you here, my friend. KDC is now going to be training more with us in the VF scene in Portland because they've now moved closer to Portland. They moved in Portland now, so we're happy. Noodle, are you joining us? Where are you at, my friend? Are you having trouble joining the room, Noodle?
I think I'm going to take the time to go see a patient.
Okay, sounds good.
I will catch whoever is playing later. But thank you guys for the leagues, Akai, of course. But yeah, fantastic matches.
Yeah. Thanks for always
Really
being supportive of this. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Take care.
You're part of my crew or tribe.
Yeah, man. Look, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
So
'cause-
Real Noodle, like their game crashed. That's why your battle didn't start. So
あなたには空風が足りない
That
わ
hasn't happened in a long time on the PSN.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
long time since I've
we,
seen
we
that.
see it more. We see it on Steam quite a bit, but we don't see it much. So yeah, they're
So-
like the experiences. Just
Has the game been crashing for you still? Your league rooms still been crashing for people?
not that much.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since in the last month or two. It's been a lot less.
Yeah, I think it's been improving for sure. Well, it's definitely been improving, but yeah.
By the way, Chanchai, I've been on the flash taps, and I think it's failing me for mashing.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that it's.
It's weird. I think I probably need to just glide my hand over the buttons.
You do. You have to
Yeah.
change your technique, otherwise you're gonna hurt your hand. You're gonna hurt like the tendon in your hand if you try to slap
Yeah.
it. Like
I wasn't trying to slap them. I was trying to press them, but
Yeah,
there
but,
is
like,
no feedback for when they're actually actuating.
really on the
Like,
on the
if you-
flat, there's not. Okay.
It's
On the blades, there's a little feedback. So
okay. So the Blaze is similar to this, right? The punk workshop.
yeah, the blaze is similar, but the blaze it feels like you're pressing drum pads. Though.
Yeah, this just kind of feels like it smooths out, but there's no like there's an audible like little click, and you can feel it if you feel really hard for it. But
Yeah.
if you're like frantically trying to do something, it's hard.
So I do recommend people try the flash taps or blaze, but I personally still love Crown 2 more.
Yeah.
But flash taps are really fast.
They are.
They're insane. Changes your left right hand timing. Like you have
It
to
does.
left and right hand timing.
And then for a different game, I would think they would be pretty good. I'm gonna change the caps on it, so hopefully that solves some issues, but we'll see.
Yeah. So these are newer generation buttons that are an innovative design. Japanese players. This is the one that like Tokido was involved in, I think.
No, Tokido is one frame. I think
Okay,
it's a
so
different
the
one.
one frame is the Tokido, and
Yeah.
the one mouse buttons, right? It's like basically
Yeah, it's mouse. Yeah, it's a mouse switch.
yeah. But basically, the idea is to try to minimize the throw. So these buttons, like when you see them, they're really flat. They're really low, and you tap them like a drum. Well, for me, the blaze buttons, you tap them like drum pads, and you kind of just on them. And I definitely can do Akira's knee way more on them actually. Like that's for sure. I just personally didn't like them as much because I felt like I'm just comfortable with what I'm comfortable with, and I like the Crown 2. I like traditional arcade buttons a little more. That's all. But I also would say that a lot of people are going to say these are their favorites for sure.
I mean, I can see it for 2D games. They're definitely improving my reaction time to get to 0, to get to that button hit.
Yeah.
So not a bad thing, but I don't know. I hadn't realized just how much I used the travel of the button. I don't
This
know.
is a good match. I need to teach KDC like the nuances of like if your opponent's doing 2G, I think Wolf wants to do 4K in the throw. Right? 3P is for counter hits, but 4K is for crouch hit. So like and Wolf has to do that. Like he has to split the duty of his elbow into 3 different moves. He's got his screw hook, which is like you want to knock someone down with it with a fast mid. But he's got like 3P, which you use when you're gonna counter hit, but it's not that good against crouch. But you do 4K against crouch, and that's really strong.
Well, and then your crouch stagger tool is your 3-3P, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've had Shang use it versus me a number of times. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
talk to you later.
Cheers.
All right. So, what were you talking about, Akai? We were talking about V-Tribe Cup history. I want more story times with Akai. There you go. All right, so this is where we have fun with the lows here. And then we start doing this. Very nice. Very good. Good. Very nice. So Combo Expert's going to do the defense thing, and this is going to be good training. Here we go, Combo Expert. Let's do it.
Round two. Ready, go!
King Death Cradle, I'm really happy for the internet upgrade for you. That's wonderful news.
Round three. Ready, go!
Very good, very good. Very nice. So I like Combo Expert now using the patience, practicing kind of the defense I was using earlier against them. So it's really good.
I muted myself while I explaining certain things, so I'll say it again later on. But first, congratulations to Waging Mars for getting first, and Pixar second, and King Han getting third. Thank you guys for playing. That's it for Europe. If you guys want to just continue playing in the room, please do so. But that's that. But earlier, I was actually explaining to you, we were talking about Athena Cup and the Beachtrike Cup, and so I had to go double check the notes. But it looks like they changed the name to Beachtrike at the turn of the century. So with the first tournament that happened in 2000, they called it Beachtrike, and that would be a Virtual Fighter 3 team battle. That. And so there was a total of look like 12 Athena Cups, and since then everything been labeled as Beachtrike, and we're at the 19th since. But as for the, I was talking to Kamalanas, or writing to Kamalanas about fluctuating things in the match, going from 40 to 80 or 70 to 120. And so I was wondering if it could be playing against someone who goes on Wi-Fi, so the ping fluctuate that much. So I don't think I ever had a match fluctuate that much against someone that I know is a wire connection. Well, can you hear me, Chanchai?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't mute myself again. So yeah, my guess is that if it's fluctuating that much, where it's like 50 ping difference, then it could just be might be a wired versus wireless issue here. But in general, I think like you mentioned also a league room. If you play in a league room for people from cross continent and stuff, a minimum of 3 or 4 would just generally be most would seem to be people not too salty.
Yeah, for my Tuesday sessions, I typically, because we have players from Hawaii up to like the Northeast to Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I usually tell them I recommend at least 3. Like 3 is reasonable, but 4 is actually probably more ideal for this type of group, you know. And if you default to 4, at least you can kind of calibrate. And the nice thing about the adjustable thing is, I guess in rooms like that, then when if you know your opponent, you can kind of just move it back up or something against certain opponents. You know, that isn't a little bit of extra fiddliness, but for some opponents, it's good to do that. Just to get the better experience overall. But yeah. But getting used to rollbacks is a funny thing. getting used to people that intentionally do one frame delay is a funny thing. But if you match your connection with the delay, it's generally much better. So, and I think more, our group has become more seasoned, and so more people kind of know where they want to adjust it with certain people.
Yeah, you could actually do that inside the room, adjust your delay settings. That's a nice feature.
I like that feature. Some people hate that you could do it. I think because it means if you can use something, you can misuse it, right? And so there's that idea that some people are going to be a jerk. But fortunately, in community rooms, we kind of that's how we manage the jerks.
There's a standard, right? Yeah, that people expect to fall instead of just being.
Because community, and we can just kick people, right?
Yes.
But of course, ranked is different, and it is a big topic. Most people's experience, we're now in an era where most people's fighting game experience is actually ranked. And this is a very different type of communicating, becomes a little different, like communicating effectively and encouraging the experience, because ranked is very convenient and it's really nice when it works really well, But it's also, if it's your only experience though, that might be kind of a limited view of both the game itself and of how fun or unfun it can be. It's just one of many modes.
And with the Steam community, you can't actually message someone unless you're actually on their friend list. So it does make it's one thing that you could simply communicate easier on PSN in that sense. But I could understand why, because people could just
It's because in the past people got into harassment a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it happened on PSN a lot too. Yeah.
Right. Well, the most notorious was Xbox, right? But even before that, World of Warcraft Baron's chat. Before that, EverQuest chat, right? And then before that, BFTC. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you take the good in with the bad, but the challenge and why eventually platforms take away the communication on the open communication is because it does get bad. There is
I'm quite sure. I do think that they will still are tinkering with the rollback settings.
Yeah, I hope they keep continually trying to improve it. I do think each month it's gotten better, But of course, if there is also the hardening of the group, right? The filtering, right? And what's the filtering? The filtering is the people that stay are the people that are having a tolerable experience to them, Sometimes the degenerates just come and go, though a few degenerates will always stay. But yeah. But Sega has been continually improving Revo, and that's wonderful. I'm really grateful for that. And it looks like they haven't stopped. Looks like they're still working on it, especially when they announced the replays not long ago. I will be heading out soon because it is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. And in America, it's Mother's Day. I know different countries have a different day of celebration for Mother's Day.
Australia is today also, and according to Susana, it's always May 10th. So it doesn't have to be actually a Sunday or Saturday. It's May 10th.
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna be cleaning myself up for my wife's used to me being all messy, but my mother is not. So today everybody on my stream got to see Chanchai after the Beat Tribe celebrations. Just like looked like a real mess, but I look like a mess most days anyways. It's all fun. Very nice. Hutchko, welcome back. It's good to see Hutchko back. They've got a very good going. Right now, I think they're teaching a lot of lessons.
Yeah, he joined last weekend, and so I'm not familiar with Hutchko. It's his last weekend, and I him to the group. So hopefully, when we do these sessions, he's able to participate.
I feel bad. I do want to fight with them, but I'm also like, I need to get ready for Mother's Day. But I'm gonna Hutchko, keep coming back. I'm gonna fight you. We're gonna have good. Don't
upset your family.
Yeah, Like mothers, well, don't upset mothers, right? That's always the worst. There's a lot of sins in this world. One of them is upsetting your
Well,
mother.
I do have one question for you. It's just I was wanting to ask you since you're playing as Koraku
Yeah,
in Fight Kingdom.
yeah,
Um,
please.
because it was like was it the first round when you guys were playing each other? It was very close, and then he accidentally jumped out of ring.
Okay, this is a good topic.
Was it the first
Rico,
round, or was it the first match?
it was after the reset. So after the reset, he reset the bracket.
Oh, he did
So
reset the bracket against you.
yeah,
Okay,
he
I
reset
missed
the
that part.
bracket 3-0 against me.
Oh,
He
I didn't
reset
see.
the bracket
Okay.
3-0 against me. I do have my take on it, but it's fun to let that drama play out. Like the drama reality, the drama is much more fun than like the reality of like the decisions to play.
Okay.
certain
So
way.
I must have
But,
missed the part where he reset the bracket,
yeah.
but I just
He
remember
reset,
that first.
he reset the bracket because he did 3-0, right? He 3-0'd the first set of the grand finals.
Yeah, I
And,
missed that part where you got actually against each other.
So after the reset, that's when we play on Genesis. Now, to be honest, I was not surprised at all that he jumped out of the ring on Genesis. And somebody might wonder why I'm not surprised. Jumping out of the ring in Genesis on Revo is actually, it's not that it's super common, but I've seen it a number of times offline and online. And in the case of Konraku, in this particular case, it's because of the black blending in. So at the angle the screen is at, the floor, you know how like the wall that is formed by the stage, right? That thing is all black. So when you're looking at it, yes, you're seeing, if you want to logically process it, you're seeing that you're standing on the square that looks like a Tron square because it's got an orange outline, orange light lit outline on black, right? In theory, this would tell you that you're at the edge of the ring, that you're in the very far tiles, the outer tiles. But when we're fighting, that's not what we're thinking at all. Like I've seen many players backdash out of the ring on Genesis, on Revo. It's different from Ultimate Showdown. Revo, Ultimate Showdown, it's more gray if I think so, and I'm not sure if it does the Tron outline as much. But on Revo, it really stands out. Like that black is really black, and the orange is really bright orange. And so what happens is as a fighter, it's on your periphery vision. So like I know that like players have said that I have a very strong ring awareness, but even then I've jumped out of Genesis myself. I've done it because of that exact reason. Now in this case, it's different from Konraku, because sometimes what happens is you're looking at the stage at a different angle, and so you're looking at the background. But for some reason, that orange outline on the perimeter squares the tiles are telling, like they're supposed to tell you that you're near the ring out, but your brain just doesn't process it that way, especially after Ultimate Showdown, because it just doesn't look the same. But Revo's Genesis stage does that. Now Konraku did get upset, but they handled it really well. They played with a little tilt, but it wasn't the worst tilt, but it was a tilt. They still played it super sharp.
Yeah, I was just wondering because I wonder if that's why that match after he ring himself out.
Yeah,
I feel like he got wing out a second time later on by you, or is it two or three times?
Okay, so I go on that stage. A lot of ring outs happen, and actually the whole tournament, my ring out game has been really strong against everyone. Even in the first set, I got a few ring outs, but in the second set, I got a ton of ring outs, right? But I also got rung out quite a bit. There was a lot of ring outs in that last set. So I would say when people say that he should have changed the stage, I agree, but it would be more like, does he need to change the stage type? Not exactly. He's very good. He's good at ring outs, but I do think I'm a little better. I do think I'm a little better at him at ring outs, but I think he's really good at ring outs, and he's really good at wall too. He did tell me later though that the reason he refused to change was because when he fights Rental Animator, he says Rental Animator's Leon like just bullies him at the wall.
Yeah.
And so he just didn't want to deal with the wall bullying, and that is part of my game too. But I think he's got a better read on me, right? And so I'm not disagreeing with him about that. What I would have said is if he wanted to keep the same stage type, switch to Lao stage just as a mental reset, just as a breath of fresh air. It's the same stage, right? It's just different colors, but also less chance. But and then you can ignore the whole I'm going to jump out of the ring. But for me personally, it wouldn't have bothered me. I wouldn't have flinched from jumping out of the ring because I've seen it happen. I'll just kind of laugh it off because I've seen it happen like a lot to my opponents and to myself. I didn't happen a lot to myself, maybe just a couple times I remember, but it's happened. It's definitely happened where I backdashed out of Genesis stage. But I think it made a great story. I thought Konraku played awesome. And
Yeah,
I
his
mean,
one in the loser brackets aside was impressive, and I mean, I played against him and he beat
his
me
whole
up
tournament,
during
his whole
time, so.
tournament was really impressive. Even the matches with LD Wells when he did get eliminated was really impressive.
Mhm.
LD Wells, I'm gonna upload it later because I recorded it with my phone. But LD Wells made a really sick play when he eliminated Konraku, or when he knocked Konraku into the losers bracket, and that was like basically LD Wells' health was really low, and basically while Konraku was almost like near the ring out zone, he wasn't that close to it. But he was going to try to poke LD Wells out to win, right? And LD Wells did the freaking like Lei Fei, like that guard break, that stagger, because it's a hopping low. So he hopped over the low punch and guard broke Konraku and then did K plus G into P to ring him out. And it was just like, what the hell? I'd never seen that thing used to hop over a low, to do the stagger to ring someone out. It was insane. But it was really fun to watch Konraku figure out how he was going to fight LD Wells. So I'm tempted to upload both battles, the pools match, and then also combine it with the losers finals match, because I think you can kind of see Konraku building the read, Konraku adjusting his game, and start to fight stronger and stronger as each game goes against LD Wells' Lei Fei. But LD Wells is a very strong player. I think LD Wells is highly underrated. I think people look at Lei Fei and they see the forced guessing game that Lei Fei can do, or the knowledge check game that Lei Fei can do, and they dismiss it. And there's good reasons to kind of look at it that way. But in the case of LD Wells, he actually has very good Yomi, but he can also play very patient and defensive. I just might think that I'd like to see him be able to smooth between those two modes better, but I think he's really strong at both. And so when I'm going to tournaments, like when I went to SakuraCon, and also even during Fight Kingdom itself, when I went to training mode, it was almost always practicing against Lei Fei because I was worried a lot about LD Wells blowing me up, because if I'm careless, he's gonna uppercut me out of the ring. He's gonna destroy like half my life, And so I think it showed, because I think during the tournament matches I played really, really strong against LD Wells. So yeah. I was definitely worried about Konraku, and going into the grand finals, I actually told myself to play with the less strong strategy against Konraku. I said I'm really happy with how sharp I'd been playing up to that point, and I definitely felt good energy, but I felt like I wanted to be sharper. And so I was like, I'm coming on the winner's side, so I can afford to lose I can afford to lose a few games. And so against Konraku, I do think he's playing really sharp, and I saw all these sidekicks he was doing he was doing against XTN because XTN was using the chop, and he was using sidekick against LD Wells because if you evade Lei Fei and you evade the right things, then Kage's sidekick is going to destroy Lei Fei. That's why he's doing sidekick. But I'm watching these matches and I'm seeing sidekicks a lot, so I was worried about backdash. I was really worried that a mid-range game, I might need to be even sharper than normal to fight that. And I felt sharp, really sharp, but I wanted to be sharper. So I told myself, I'm going to try to fight Konraku on up close. I'm going to try to fight him really up close for at least the first 3 games. And I'm going to play much more forward. It's dangerous. I will probably lose, but if I win, that'll be wonderful. But I'm probably going to lose doing this. But I also want to watch how he plays. I want to learn his game more, and I want to get a lot of interactions. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with how I played it, actually, doing that, even though I lost 3-0 before the reset, right? But that was my mindset going in. But I also said, look, once I do this, if it doesn't work out, I think I'm going to play the game that's stronger. I'm going to play my mid-range game, but I think I'll be much sharper, and I think it'll work much better too. It's not a grand strategy, though it plays out like one, but my thing was just I want it to be sharper, and I really want to learn. I want to get more comfortable with how Koen Raku plays, And so I think it worked out in the end, and I think I had a very strong performance after the reset. And I think even before the reset, actually, I'm very happy with a lot of parts of my performance during that, even though he wins a lot of the critical guesses, blows me up, and I don't escape forward throw enough. But he does a really good job of mixing up throws. And for some reason, my instinct doesn't just try to escape forward throw against him. I don't sense the threat of 10-foot toss from him. I sense that he wants in throws decisions. So
I don't remember in Ultimate Showdown or previous version where I would get 10-foot toss out of the ring from the start of the stage. But Koen Raku did that, and I was like, oh, shimata.
So he does do that. But when
so I learned, okay, Ace in Revel, Kage can 10-foot toss me out at the very beginning after he just get one move close to me. And,
I see.
Yeah, so.
Because when I fight him, I sense that he mixes it up a lot, the throws. So I'm like, okay, we'll play this way, and I sense that that the conditions have to be very particular for him to actually try to ring you out with the throw, But I do think sometimes he's going to change it. I think he'll do more 10-foot toss later because he'll probably see how much he actually was able to get that against me, So we'll see. But it was a lot of fun. And also Nala made a really good point about Genesis or Revo on PC is that walls are just less transparent in Revo. And I do think that's true too. I think the transparency effect that was added into Ultimate Showdown, in Revo, I actually don't really see the transparency effect that much. So I need to pay attention more to see how that looks in Revo.
There was some complaint about that, how Ultimate Showdown did it. At first it was completely missing, right? There was no
yeah.
It was just invisible at certain angles, and then they put that mesh look to it that some people was complaining about.
They added it in. I don't know if it was 6 months, but maybe 9 months after the game had come out that they added in the transparencies. It was definitely a big concern for both Dennis O201 and I, because we're like, that transparency was really important. So that you didn't, so you knew where the wall was, because it was completely invisible. So the wall just disappeared at certain angles. So it was kind of hard to know that if you're going to get a wall combo or not, or if you were under that threat. So they did add it later into Ultimate Showdown. And they said I think they said it was hard to put in because Final Showdown, it was just baked into the engine or something, or it was built in from the start. And so in Ultimate Showdown, there was trouble with, for whatever reason, they had trouble doing it, and they needed extra development.
I think with the PlayStation hardware specifically, because I think someone mentioned the esports version in the arcades. They how they did the translucent or transparency. It looks good, but on the PS system, it looks horrible.
Yeah,
it
definitely has a super alias look, and it kind of looks like the Sega Saturn transparencies actually, which were not great. Sega Saturn was bad at transparencies, so whereas PlayStation had really beautiful transparencies. PlayStation had shifting textures, but transparencies looked good. Saturn, didn't have as much issue with the shifting textures, but the transparencies looked bad on Sega Saturn. So yeah, but yeah, no. Well, thanks for the question, and yeah, but I will say though that I feel that in Revo, it happens much more often that people accidentally ring themselves out on the stage, and but on Ultimate Showdown, I don't see it that much. We kind of know that the ring out's there, and so it could just be also people's PC setups might just have very high contrast ratio.
Mm.
I know KDC said that was the last one for them. I am probably going to jump out. Combucks, I do want to fight more, but I'm going to just put it on VFTV while we chat a little, and then get to family. But yeah, Fight Kingdom was a blast. I'm really happy that we did the Waseda style for team battle on the Friday. So I don't know if you watched that, but the Waseda style is so much fun to play.
I didn't watch it, but I know the West Side the format. We did try that also, and then some of the early 4-on-4 tournaments that was done for Virtua Fire Ultimate Showdown that the Japanese did was the West Side style. That's how I got introduced to it. But yeah, it's a little bit different, and it gives more people more matches. So
Yeah. Well, it gets more matches. There's a cool drama with it, right? Because you gotta the process of eliminating, but it's also the initial. You can kind of game the lineup too, right? You can put like your second best guy as like the first player. You know, it's interesting strategies that you could do with the lineup because of that format. And so but it also creates high variance on how it looks, but you will get to see more matchups. I like that, right? Getting to see more matchups is cool, and I think Waseda style allows that. And so if both teams seed their lineup from like what they perceive as like like by strength, then I do think like for sure you'll have an interesting tournament for that way. But also, but no matter how you seed it, there are interesting matches. You'll just see more matchups with that format, unless it's a 5-0. But even if it's a 5-0, you got to see 5 different unique matchups. It wasn't just watching one player dominate, right? So that's what I like about the format. And I think I definitely want to try to do more team battles like that at some events, offline and online. So
yeah, with the online with Friday sessions, we did like maybe 3 or 4 sessions with the Waseda style, and so yeah, there's a lot of different ways we could do team battle. We don't necessarily have to do like the traditional way that the Japanese VF does. But I do think in the long run, if we could get team stuff work out for people and people can do it, I think it's beneficial for the community.
I think so too, and I do think that Washida style is really cool. Like I think it's pretty hype online, or I think it could be. And so I think yeah, if you're able to get that going again, I think people really dig that format too. We could even make people like vote on the lineup. You could Twitch participate, run a poll, and see who's going to be in the A slot, who's going to be in the B and C and D and E slot. I think that would be a fun way to do it too.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Is Chief Flash still planning to do his team stuff that he mentioned earlier?
No, I don't
okay.
think so. No, I
Okay.
don't think so. We'll see. I mean, if he does, yeah. But I think the thing is, he's waiting for the new VF. So I would expect him to do a reaction video to the direct. I would expect him to complain the game's not out yet, but I think he's going to talk about Wolf, which I think is great, and hopefully he'll talk mostly about Virtua Fighter and the gameplay. But I think for real content, I think he's just waiting for the new VF game.
Yeah, I know he's saying that he hasn't played this game for a while now. He's just waiting for a new. I think now is somewhat in the same situation, just waiting for a new game.
Yeah. So there are rumors that a certain player affiliated with him has been playing on Revo and under a new name, but that's just a rumor. But it's fun. So,
you're talking about Hilarious Outtake?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's from a player from West Coast, West Side.
Really? Some people think it's East Coast. We'll see.
Based on the connection ping and stuff, and then I've seen him ping with someone from the mountain, the time zone.
I do know who is online fraud though. That's West Coast, but yeah. I do know that online fraud is West Coast. So,
I'm not familiar with that person's with that account.
Okay. I'll let you enjoy the mystique. It's fun.
That's fine. I try not to care about
Doesn't
these
really matter.
things.
Yeah, I was like, these things are dumb. It's just fun to play. So
Yeah.
All right, you have a
All right,
good one.
go celebrate Mother's Day with your family. And
yeah, I got to do the Mother's Day thing. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to your mother and to your sister.
yeah, thank you. we celebrating with them tonight. I should be ending this soon. But yeah, this again, this just I'll just go over quickly. We had the Beach Tribe. Um,
Yeah,
and then that
I think I'm going to send people to Giuseppe Swag.
okay.
So we're gonna raid Giuseppe Swag because they're King of Fighters content creator, but they've supported VF nonstop, and they're
Hmm.
talking about the direct. So let's. I'm gonna send them that way. You can
Okay.
send whoever you like, but I'm giving a shout out to Giuseppe Swag.
Okay. I'm just gonna finish off with this the VF Direct stuff, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Alright.
Awesome. You should definitely cover the. We need Akai's coverage of the VF Direct stuff. Everybody, stay tuned and support Akai talking about the VF Direct.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. This I just doing this so that I practice talking anyway. But yeah, we had the VF Direct today. I know. I think everyone got fooled a little bit because they introduced Luke Field earlier, and so we kind of didn't expect some of the news. But it was nice to see. Actually, if you look at the people was calling it the J6 symbol tattoo. If you look at the concept art, it's not J6. It's
Yeah,
that the swirls. If you
I
look at it,
see.
yeah. Um, but that pack, I just wonder. Yeah, I guess that will be the background story that they will go over with uh, in the game. Which basically the main thing with the new VF project that this VF Direct went by about is this trying to say that they'll put more time fleshing out people's background and origin story within the game itself. And so I think a lot of people were one of the complaints that people would like to see is a more fresh out of the storyline. So that should keep those fans happy. Um, and then we were also introduced to the art director, Ryo Shibasaki. I think he's from RGG. Um, and so he kind of gave us a little bit more details. But I think the main thing, of course, is that it is going to be released on multiple platforms, rollback netcode, and crossplay. I don't think anyone would have guessed that. I mean, reasonably expect that that would be the announcement. That was more of just hope on Hopium. And so thank you, Aoki, for doing this. And so no date yet. Um, and then we have also the lineup of the offline tournaments to qualify. First one will be in Combo Breaker this end of this month, 240 players. The next one will be, I think Sega specifically will be organizing it in Tokyo on July 6th. Um, but the other events, Evo in Las Vegas, two people will qualify instead of just one. Um, versus fighting. I thought they would be looking at Evo Nice, but it looks like they're doing it versus fighting instead. So I'm not sure if Sega's going to do anything with Evo Nice though. But this is in UK in August 15 to 17. So European players, if you're interested in participating part of the Open Championship offline, there's the versus fighting at Birmingham. And for the non-Japan side of Asia, they'll be having one at the Tiger Uppercut. That's a neat name. Play on the name in Bangkok, and that should be the last one, and that'll be in November. There will be online qualifiers, as mentioned before. Two will be in United States, I mean North America, and these will be region restricted. These offline events is not region restricted. So there will be two for North America, one for Europe, and one for non-Japan Asia. So I think the only way uh, Japanese players can qualify is through offline events, apparently. So, um, oh, and more T-shirts. I'm not sure. There's three more T-shirts. All of those Akira related. So, I'm not sure why they can't do other people's faces instead, but some of them do look nice.
I'm gonna say one inflammatory thing before I go.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go, go,
So,
go, go, go. Do your inflammatory thing.
Wolf,
Here we go.
Wolf Hawkfield, is Wolf Hawkfield is many things. He's a fighter. He's an alpha male. He's a wrestler, and he's a Canadian. So he is ready to fight to defend what he loves. You know? So
Okay.
he's been given new context in 2025.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll see him in 2026 in, in the new Virtua Fighter. It's hard
Uh,
for me to imagine that coming out in 2025. So
yeah, earliest is 2026. I would say, especially with
yeah,
how much was announced at the second VF Direct. Yeah, it seems like it's still a long
it
way.
might even be 2027,
Uh-huh.
but Sega's going to be bringing the content. Anyways, enjoy, and I will talk to you later. And
Yeah.
I'll let you give all the good info.
Oh, it's almost done. It's like, but the 10 years too early is a pretty good shirt, though. I admit. Then I think someone mentioned earlier they posted already that the music is going to be on other streaming online services. I don't use it, so it's not something that I'm too familiar with. And of course, the picture that I have heard is either Jackie, Brad, and even Jeffrey. So I guess we'll find out who this person is. The assumption is that it is going to be a character in the new VF. But since it was not mentioned, maybe it's a new character in Revel, since they are trying to make a package for the different platforms. So I guess if they are going to use Revel and sell as an individual product, and not to say like an upgraded product to Ultimate Showdown, then maybe add a new character in it. Yeah, I think some people have immediately mentioned Jeffrey, and then they go side backtrack and say, "Oh, body type is not Jeffrey." Unless he starved from losing his ship when when hunting the Satan shark, and so he's slimmed down. Uh, but yeah, that's basically it. It was quite short. It's 10-minute video, but I think most of us are pretty happy with that we're getting cross-platform play. I think majority of people is saying it's Brad. Some people say the movement might look like looks like Jack Kundo, but he is wearing like a he is wearing like some type of tank top. It looks like. It might be just a new character that uses the same stylus as a character that we currently have. Hey, thanks for playing your Combat Express. Been a while in the room. But yeah, hopefully cross platform is good. Excuse me, coffee. Yeah, but hopefully the rollback netcode and cross platform works well on the other systems too, and that we really could keep build on our community. Um, Pretty happy with Steam version of the game. Um, but the amount of players that did purchase the game on Steam, um, now that I know that it is being cross-platform, I don't mind mentioning it. Uh, it's quite low. Um, I was keeping track of the stats because I did kept the stats on the PlayStation version of the game, and I had the 1 month tally of number of players and stuff. And comparing it, it is a free game when it was released, so that made a big deal. But compared to the number of players on the PlayStation N, 1 month into the game release versus the game release on Steam, and again, it's a free game versus a game that costs money, and some people might consider it just an update to Ultimate Showdown. Uh, it was extremely low. Um, so hopefully this cross-platform will increase the community and not divide the community. Okay. All right, let me see. I think that's it. Let me go see who's still streaming and go rate them. But yeah, I need to update the Hopium tank. We need something else to hope for. We are greedy VF fans. I guess items would be just a nice thing to have. But there's still no release date for the game for the different platforms. Okay, who is still streaming? Let's go put under level. Let's see. We got learning how to virtuify. Let's see. Aurora atmosphere Decepticon swag chanted R18. So let me go with blurring, who's always been a person who participates in our league sessions. All right, thanks again, everyone who stopped by the stream and those who participate in these league sessions. You guys don't participate, then people don't get to play matches against others, and okay. So you guys are definitely important part of these leagues. It doesn't matter what your skill level, or you guys beat up on people. If you're strong, go bully the people in the room. If you're not very strong, use it as a good learning experience. Okay. Learning M. Yep, thank you. Happy Mother's Day for everyone who celebrates it. And until next time.